Roger, thanks for stopping by today. And the first thing we're going to do right before we go out and take a look at the vehicle that you came in on, and by the way, I'm also going to make the assumption that you came in on a specific vehicle and you had an internet price, okay? Could be new, could be used, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use new in this particular case because you sell new Cadillacs, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you came in to look at a new Cadillac, you've got an internet price, you want to first of all make sure it's the right vehicle for you, but then you intend on negotiating. All right? All right, Roger, we'll take a look at the Escalade as in just a couple minutes, but I wanted to ask you a quick question. When's the last time you bought a car?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Okay.
Yes.
That's fairly recent. Let me ask you a question. Roger, did you have to negotiate with a car salesman to get yourself a fair discount?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, these cars, the car that I bought 5 years ago, well, it was an Escalade Premium Edition, and
Right.
that car was about $65,000. Well, I know there's a lot of water in a $65,000 car. So I sat there for almost an hour negotiating the price. You know, I started off offering them 50, and we started from there.
Roger, you're a master negotiator, I can tell. Let me ask you a question, though. How much fun was it?
Well, it wasn't a lot of fun.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you never know who wins.
You know, interesting you say that, because this industry has been able to piss off about 300 million Americans in the last 50 years. All right? Let me, had you known what a fair price was before you walked in there, and you didn't have to go through that time-wasting, gut-wrenching, confrontational negotiation that has the customer running back and forth like a jackrabbit, would that have been a more pleasant experience?
Oh, it certainly would have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy, I think he had to go back and forth to his manager probably 5 times.
You know what? It doesn't surprise me. And by the way, a little-known fact is we salespeople didn't like that either. But it was the way the business had always been done. And it wasn't going to change until, well, it changed for the reason most changes take place. It was forced upon the automobile dealer world. That's not just us. The changes I'm about to describe to you, which are all, by the way, great for you, the changes that I'm going to describe to you have taken place literally in every dealership in the country. All right? And the changes took place not because the dealership became benevolent or charitable, but they had to do it to stay in business. Now, what changes have taken place? Well, number one, I'm going to guess that you, being the astute individual that you are, probably didn't just shop us. You probably shopped a few other stores too, didn't you?
Well, I wanted to do business here because I live close to here, and I've had good rapport, and I've had friends that have bought cars here.
Good.
And they've all said good things about it too.
Okay.
And, you know, convenience is a big factor with me. I don't have a lot of time to run all over town, and I like to come in and buy a car and get it over with and drive it home.
Well, you know what? That's exactly what's going to happen today, because the price you saw on our internet site, that was deeply discounted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Well, you know what? It had to be deeply discounted, or guys like you don't show up. Our phones don't ring, and the email boxes remain empty. We have to price we've always priced them right because, we're the largest automotive dealership, group of dealerships in the state of Missouri. We sold 28,000 cars last year, and we didn't do it because we priced them high. But now we have to be even better at pricing because every other dealer is having to do it as well to attract customers. So the discount you've had to fight for in the past, you got it before you ever set foot on this property. We had to give it to you. We didn't want to. We had to give it to you, Roger, in order to get you here. We have to do it for everybody, to get the phones to ring, the mailboxes to fill up with emails, and people to walk through our doors. Now, what's that mean to you? Basically, it means this. It doesn't take nearly as long to buy a car as it once did. Like you said, time is very important to you. Number two, it's going to be a whole lot more fun. Number three, you can spend time doing what you should do, and that's making sure that the vehicle that you pick out is the right vehicle. And I'll tell you this may sound crazy, but we dealers don't even price our cars anymore. You know who does?
factory.
Well, the factory is done, yeah, the factory plays a big part on it, big part of it, because they've shrunk the margins, but once they get to us, we use software. We use third-party software that canvasses the market, okay? I mean, the Escalade that you're gonna look at today was compared to like Escalades at every other Cadillac store within a 300 or 400 mile radius to make sure we were priced right. But we're not the only ones doing that. There's other dealers doing that too. But we are the only ones that put in writing a guarantee that says you can't pay too much for a Cadillac at Bomarito. We've got a best value guarantee. Roger, when you drive this Escalade home today, if you wanted to, I don't think you will, but if you wanted to, you could spend the next 5 days, that's 120 hours on the internet, searching every internet site worldwide, looking for the same vehicle with the same benefits that we're going to provide you. And if you find it and it's priced less than ours is, you don't need to bring in any signed buyer's order or anything like that. Just bring us the ad. We'll cut you a check back for 100% of the difference. So, Roger, you got your discount before you ever walked on this lot. We had to give it to you. We didn't want to, but we had to. The process is going to be a whole lot more fun, and you've got a guarantee in writing that you cannot pay too much. Why don't we go take a look at the Escalade now?
Sounds good to me.
Now, do you think that might lessen his need to negotiate just a little bit?
Well, I've told people over the period of years of what has happened in this business.